I'm Beth Bierbower, and I am Chief Operating Officer of Humana Specialty Benefits. Humana is the fourth largest insurance company in the nation. We are headquartered in Louisville, Kentucky, but have a number of divisions throughout the organization. And we have been in the dental business for quite some time, and then over the last 2 years have really expanded into other specialty benefit lines, including vision, life, disability, and workplace voluntary benefits. Our goal at this conference is to really be able to meet with individuals that are in the industry or are interested in starting to begin to sell these types of voluntary benefits in particular. We also have a desire to really educate people about the products and services that we have and that we can really deliver and provide to them. So the benefits of voluntary benefits are that they really provide financial protection, and there are certain types of voluntary benefits that safeguard a consumer's health, and then there are voluntary benefits that safeguard a consumer's finances. When you think about the benefits that safeguard a consumer's health, you think about medical, but in the voluntary world, dental or vision. And when you think about those that safeguard the consumer's finances, that's where you get into things like life and disability, cancer policies, accident policies, and critical illness. They're really designed to help offset the out-of-pocket costs that individuals incur when they have a serious event or an illness. And those are typically out-of-pocket costs that are their responsibility, not covered by their medical insurance. Maybe they're deductibles and copays, or maybe there are other costs that they incur as a result of the illness. Maybe they have to go out of town for treatment, and that helps pay for the food and the lodging and the airplane travel or the gasoline. Maybe they have to pay for child care because the primary caregiver is the one diagnosed with a critical illness, and they need somebody to take care of the kids while that individual's getting treatment. So those are really the two categories: safeguarding personal health and safeguarding your financial health. Voluntary benefits are really critical at this point in time because consumers are really beginning to understand, with everything that's happened with the economy, that and with their 401ks and their other personal assets due to some of the struggles that the banking industry has had, is that they really do need to safeguard their family finances. And they're really beginning to understand also, as on the medical side, deductibles are being increased and copays are being increased, that they really do share a substantial portion of paying for out-of-pocket costs when a serious illness occurs. So I think, given all the turmoil that the economy's been in, people losing their jobs, people's retirement savings not being where they were maybe 18 months or 2 years ago, people are really starting to get smart around really planning and budgeting for their health care and ensuring that if something happens, their family is protected. And voluntary benefits really play into that space. I think the other thing that's really important about voluntary benefits is it really lets the consumer decide. And at Humana, we're just very in favor of really educating the consumer and letting him or her decide for himself or herself whether or not the product or service is of value to them. So we really like the fact that this is the consumer paying for this product, paying totally out of their own pocket, and educating that consumer and then letting them make the decision whether the product is of value to them. I would say that there are multiple that are showing tremendous growth in the market today. We see life, disability, critical illness, and accident are really growing at a very rapid pace. And I think the reason that they're growing, if I take critical illness as an example, because it covers conditions and illnesses that millions and millions of Americans have. You know, heart attack, stroke, cancer. If I ask anyone in the room to raise their hand if they know anyone that's had one of those three conditions, everybody would raise their hand. So I think the fact that they cover prevalent conditions is really important. I think disability is really important and growing very rapidly because people are understanding that even if they have disability at the workplace, many times it may be short-term disability only, and that only covers 60% or 2/3 of their income. Well, when you're used to living on your entire paycheck and now you're disabled, you know, you need help, it may be in paying the mortgage or paying the car payment or the other normal expenses that you have. So again, I would go back to the fact that because of everything that's really happened in the last 18 months, I think consumers are really stepping back and they're really beginning to educate themselves about their finances, and their healthcare finances are a big piece of that. I see that the voluntary benefits industry has tremendous opportunity for growth. Many of these products have very little penetration in the marketplace, so there's only opportunity to increase, number one, and number two, I think there's also a lot of opportunity to develop some new and innovative product offerings over the years to come. So I see tremendous growth for this. I think most others that are in the similar position to us see tremendous growth for it as well. I think Humana has several competitive advantages in offering voluntary benefits. First of all, we have a high level of service. We are a company that really believes very strongly on the concept of perfect service. In our dental organization, we've never ever missed a service guarantee. So we're really very focused on providing good service to brokers and to their clients and to the employees. I'd say the second advantage is we have a lot of people with a lot of experience, even in the voluntary benefits space. And those people will really work very closely with brokers and employers to really help them define a strategy, help them understand how these benefits fit into their overall employee benefits strategy. And I think that's really important. It's really important to be able to work with people who understand the industry, understand the benefits, and then can really understand how they fit. I think also in particular, because Humana is a medical carrier, one of the advantages we really do have is the fact that we can step back and we can put all the pieces of the puzzle together because we do understand the impact of how these benefits work in conjunction with the medical plan. And sometimes you won't have that perspective. And as these benefits do in fact become more integrated, it's really important, I think, to have that perspective. The conference has been a great place to do networking. The way they've structured the opportunity to have time to meet with people and a good location to be able to have a fruitful dialogue has been really very beneficial to us. It's not something that I've quite frankly seen at other conferences, so I applaud the conference coordinators for really thinking of that, and I understand that next year it'll be all automated and you can do it yourself online, which is even better. So I think from a networking perspective, it's really been tremendous. I've met a lot of individuals from diverse companies here, some interesting companies that I didn't think would be here. It really, I think, helps people step back and say, never really thought about working with a partner like this. So I think the diverse clientele that they attracted to the conference is really interesting, and I haven't seen that elsewhere. I think the Voluntary Benefits Association is not only important, but I think it'll grow in importance over time. This is an industry that's poised for tremendous growth, and whenever that happens, you really want to be able to rely on partners that really bring some expertise to the table. And I think the Voluntary Benefits Association really is a good opportunity to bring the best and the brightest in the industry together, whether it's at conferences like this or through the website and through maybe white papers they produce or articles or things like that, to really be able to educate folks in the industry about the value that these products and services provide.